You are losing men, not because you are not enough, but because you are trying too hard. The more you try to impress him, the less he feels you. And the one thing that truly pulls a man in is the one thing almost nobody uses anymore. Be honest with yourself for a second. Have you ever felt like you were doing everything right, saying the right things, acting the right way, and still something didn't fully connect? Like he was interested, but not completely there. If that sounds familiar, then what you are about to learn will change how you see attraction forever. Because men do not fall for effort. They fall for how they feel around you. And that feeling is created in a much simpler way than you think. Every woman who has ever made a man fall deeply, completely, almost wildly in love with her has done one small thing that most women today avoid doing because they believe it makes them seem desperate or needy. And that is exactly why so many women never get to experience a man being truly attached to them. Not obsessed in a strange or unhealthy way, but obsessed in that can't stop thinking about you, can't stay focused, can't imagine his life without you kind of way. There is one gesture, one simple action you can take that flips a switch inside a man's mind and heart at the same time. And when you do it, his whole body responds in ways he cannot control or even fully understand. You don't need to look like a supermodel. You don't need to have a perfect life or be extremely successful or have some over-the-top impressive personality. This goes much deeper than all of that surface level stuff. It is something any woman can begin doing right now, today. But almost nobody does it anymore because people have been taught it is the wrong move, that it makes them look weak, soft, or too available. But the truth is very different from what most people believe. This is not about lowering your value. It is about showing a kind of presence that is rare and deeply felt, something that reaches a man on a level he cannot easily explain. Today, I am going to walk you through exactly what this gesture is, why it makes men react so strongly on a level they do not even fully understand themselves, how you can tell when it is actually working on him, and most importantly, how to do it in a way that feels completely natural and true to who you are, not like you are acting or putting on some kind of performance. But real quick, before we go deeper into this, if you are enjoying this and you like content that helps you understand how men really think, go ahead and hit that like button and subscribe to the channel and turn on the bell so you do not miss the next video. These small actions help the channel grow and help me keep making videos that actually give you real value and real insight. All right. Now let's get into it. Quick question for you. Drop a comment and tell me what city and country you are watching from right now. And also, be honest with me. Do you really believe that one small gesture can make such a big difference with a man? I genuinely want to hear your opinion because it helps me understand what you need more of in these videos and what kind of content actually supports you in real life situations. Here is the mistake almost every woman makes. When most women want to connect with a man or get him interested, they think they need to impress him. They try to tell amazing stories, be extra funny, look flawless, show how busy and independent their life is, and they feel like they have to perform in some way. But the truth is very different. A man's body reacts before his mind even has time to think. We are talking about milliseconds. His nervous system has been shaped over thousands of years to read your intentions, your mood, and your energy almost instantly without needing words. That is why a man can meet a woman and within seconds, he already has a gut feeling. He either feels safe with her, feels comfortable, feels naturally drawn in, or he feels tense and closed off. He cannot always explain it or clearly describe it, but he feels it deeply in his body. That ability is not magic. It is simply biology doing its job the way it is designed to do. And this is exactly where this gesture comes in. When a man senses something real mixed with safety and genuine intention from you, something shifts inside him emotionally without effort. It is not something he decides on purpose. His walls slowly begin to drop, his guard lowers, and an opening starts to form inside him. And here is the powerful part. His body shows it even if he tries to hide it. Curious, this gesture is not just one tiny move. It is actually 3 small elements combined together, and when you use them in the right way, they create a strong impact on him that feels natural instead of forced. The first is calm, intentional energy. And this is something most people completely overlook in everyday interactions without realizing it. I am not saying you should move like you are in slow motion or act overly dramatic. I mean, you slow yourself down just enough to be present. You interact with purpose. You are not rushing your words or trying to fill every second with noise. You give him space to breathe, and you give his nervous system time to process your presence and feel comfortable around you on a level he does not even consciously think about. This tells him you are in control of yourself. It shows steadiness, emotional maturity, and a quiet kind of confidence that feels safe to him. The second part is warm eye contact that is not needy. This part is very delicate because balance matters a lot here. It is not about staring at him in an intense way like you are trying to control the situation, and it is not about constantly looking away like you are unsure or nervous. It is soft, relaxed eye contact that says, I am here with you right now, and I am okay just being here. The difference between eye contact that draws a man in and eye contact that pushes him away comes down to intention and how you feel inside while doing it. If you are looking at him hoping he approves of you or hoping he validates you, he will feel that pressure even if you say nothing, and it can quietly push him away. But if you are simply sharing the moment and being present with him, he relaxes, he opens up, and he naturally feels drawn closer to you without resistance. The third part is relaxed silence. And honestly, this is the most powerful piece of all. This is where most women struggle, because silence often feels uncomfortable if you are not used to it in daily life. The moment there is quiet, many people panic and start talking quickly, joking, or explaining anything just to fill the space. But silence, when handled with confidence, is magnetic. Not awkward silence or empty silence, but calm, comfortable silence. Silence that says, I am secure with myself, and I do not need constant noise to feel okay. When you can sit next to a man and just be there without forcing conversation, it creates a deep sense of connection that words alone cannot create, and it allows him to actually feel your presence. When you combine these 3 elements together, something interesting happens in his mind and body at the same time. Your calm energy activates his relaxation system, the part of him that makes him feel safe and connected. Your warm eye contact helps release bonding feelings that build trust over time. And the relaxed silence gives his mind space to process what he is feeling without distraction. His subconscious begins forming thoughts he does not even notice clearly. Like, this woman feels safe. She feels grounded. I can trust her. And I can be myself around her. And that is when emotional attachment starts to grow naturally without pressure. When it is working, you will start to see clear signs. And these reactions are very hard to fake because they come directly from his body. You might notice a small smile appear on his face for no obvious reason. Not a polite smile, but a soft one that feels real. He may hold eye contact longer, and his eyes may look more open and relaxed. He might touch his hair, his neck, or his face without thinking, which are natural self-soothing movements. He may slowly move closer to you, lean in slightly, or remove anything that feels like a barrier between you. His voice may become softer and warmer, and his body will naturally face you more directly. His posture may open up in a way that shows comfort. These signals are not planned. They are automatic and genuine. And here is the most important part. Do not try to act this out like it is a script. Do not fake calmness or force eye contact, because that removes the authenticity that makes this work in the first place. Instead, slow down your breathing, get comfortable in your own body, and let yourself genuinely enjoy the moment you are in. When you feel relaxed and grounded inside, everything else begins to happen naturally without effort. That is when this gesture stops being something you try to use and becomes something that is simply part of who you are. And that is when a man does not just like you, he begins to feel something much deeper that is not easy for him to walk away from or ignore over time. The number one rule here is do not turn this into some kind of performance. The moment you think, now I am going to use this move so he falls for me, it immediately loses its power because it stops being real. Men can sense that shift in energy much faster than most people realize. The energy changes, and instead of feeling drawn to you, he may quietly pull back without even knowing exactly why. So how do you make it real and natural instead of forced or artificial in any way? You start from a place of truly being present. Do not do it to get something from him or to impress him. Do it because you honestly enjoy the moment you are sharing together. Move slowly and calmly, the same way you move when you are at home and fully relaxed. Look at him without searching for approval or trying to read his reactions every second. The moment you start checking if it is working, the natural flow breaks. Let silence exist without rushing to fill every pause with unnecessary words. Learn to sit comfortably in quiet moments between you. The more comfortable you become with silence, the stronger the connection will feel for him. Silence, when it is peaceful, feels intimate and safe. And most people do not know how to create that feeling. Practice this in your everyday life too, not only with men you are attracted to. Be present with your friends, your family, and even strangers. Really listen and really notice what is happening around you without rushing through it. The more you build this habit of presence in your daily life, the more natural it becomes when you are with a man you truly like. Then it will not feel like a technique you are trying to use. It will simply be who you are. And here is the deeper truth that most people miss. This gesture that touches a man's heart is not some dating trick or hidden strategy. It is not something you use only when you want a certain outcome. It is the natural expression of a woman who feels comfortable in her own skin. A woman who does not depend on outside validation to feel good about herself. A woman who can offer calmness and a sense of safety without asking for anything in return. A woman who knows how to create real closeness without being pushy or overwhelming. When you develop that kind of presence, it does not only change how men respond to you, it changes your entire life. It changes how you enter a room, how you speak to people, and how others feel when they are around you. Every relationship becomes deeper. Every conversation becomes more meaningful. And you stop chasing connection because connection begins to come toward you naturally. So the next time you are with a man you are interested in, remember this. It is not about controlling him or winning him like a prize. It is about creating a space where he can relax and be real without pressure. That is what most men are missing, even if they do not fully realize it themselves in the moment. They are used to situations where people are performing, trying too hard, showing off, playing games, testing each other, and constantly trying to impress. When a woman shows up who is simply real, simply present, and comfortable being herself, it feels different in a powerful way. It feels rare, it feels refreshing, and it feels like he can finally breathe and let his guard down without fear or pressure. Most women have been taught that to attract a man, you have to be complicated and hard to understand. You have to be a challenge. You have to make him chase you, and you have to keep him guessing all the time. But the truth is often much simpler and much deeper than that. What creates real connection is not confusion or games. It is presence, calmness, and authenticity. When you allow yourself to be grounded and real, you create a kind of emotional space that is very hard to replace. And that is what stays in his mind long after the moment has passed and continues to draw him back toward you. You may have heard that you need to play hard to get. And while having boundaries and not being overly available is important, what truly creates connection happens in the moments when you are actually together. When you already have his attention, calm presence matters far more than any game. The women men feel naturally drawn to are not just the most attractive, but the ones who feel peaceful to be around. They are not rushing, not trying to impress, not filling every silence. They are simply present. And that quiet, grounded energy feels powerful and rare. In a world that pushes women to stay strong, independent, and constantly proving themselves, this softer, more open energy often gets ignored, but it is exactly what allows real connection to grow naturally. When a man feels this kind of presence, he experiences something deeper than attraction. He feels safe, accepted, and able to be himself without pressure. This is what builds real emotional connection, not games or distance. Yes, there is always a risk of rejection, but it is far better than never being seen for who you truly are. The right man will move closer to that authenticity, while the wrong one will step away, and that protects you. As you practice being present in everyday life through listening, eye contact, and comfort with silence, it becomes natural. Over time, this not only changes how men respond to you, but how everyone does. You stop chasing and start attracting. Because in a world full of noise and performance, real presence stands out and holds value. In the end, this is not about tricks, strategies, or trying to control how someone feels about you. It is about coming back to something simple and real: your presence. When you stop trying to impress, stop playing games, and stop hiding behind fear, you create space for real connection to grow. The calm energy, the warm eye contact, and the comfort with silence are not things you perform. They are things you become when you feel secure within yourself. And that kind of presence cannot be ignored or replaced. The truth is, the right man is not looking for perfection. He is looking for a place where he can feel at ease, where he can be himself without pressure. When you offer that naturally, without forcing anything, you create something rare and meaningful. Some people may not understand it, and some connections may not work out, but that is part of the process. What matters is that you stay real, because when you do, the connection that is meant for you will not feel confusing or forced. It will feel calm, clear, and right.